there was no change in anything really.
As far as buildings that are already built and already in use, other than, I mean, I have some, I can't go into minor detail, but some vague would be exits not being blocked, storage of hazardous materials, you know, flammable liquids being separated,
No gasoline in the kitchen, that sort of thing.
Hopefully not.
What about doors that swing out or in? And
That's not even the fire.
that's building code.
That's basically, yes, sir.
When a commercial building, the building code will have that requirement as far as the
Anything
panic
new
doors and all
with
that.
it.
Anything new, like I said, there's some buildings that have some door issues and things like that. That would go into effect for new constructions or remodeling, renovation instances where there's, I believe it's over 50% of the building being renovated. Or like it's, if you're going and moving into a warehouse and making a nightclub out of it. There's some other instances where the fire code will come in. But not standing buildings.
I got another question.
Go ahead.
One other question, this is my biggest concern is with our downtown area. I know those buildings have been there for years and years and years. If we adopt this, I haven't read this code, but just want to answer the question. If we adopt this and pass this tonight, and I'm reading some of this grandfather, is it any way going to affect these businesses to go up and force them to rewire their entire
I don't
building and
have
stuff
any
like
idea,
that?
that's gonna be on the fire side of that.
That's my concern, because I'm worried